Good morning, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my thoughts and contemplative time have been all about the idea of peace and creating peace. I will say personal peace. And even though I often meditate on peace for the world, peace for people that I know specifically, peace in terms of worries and concerns that are in our society, in the community, in our individual homes. All of that I do regularly focus and contemplate on and then meditate on and wish for. But I will say that this idea of personal peace was so much on my mind that, of course, the quotations that I found this morning were all to reflect this. And of course, I think this is a great way to start the new year. This quotation that came to me that I have really loved is by Pilgrim, and you might be familiar with that name. If you are not familiar with the Pilgrim, I will post a link just under this video for you to read a little bit about her life and journey. And this quotation that I wanted to share is, if you realized how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative thought. If you realized how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative thought. Now, if you are familiar with philosophy, you will see that these are things that often saints and sages have said to us, or even authors and philosophers and poets, and all of these guides have actually expressed in various ways and often very similar. And you would think that, okay, well, that would be nice if the world outside was all, peaceful, then I could think peaceful thoughts. And of course, this is what I do in terms of helping people with brain retraining, as you might know, that it begins with ourselves, right? So I think that most psychology would also agree with this. And if there is this awareness of the consciousness that allows us to think, speak, and act from a particular way, and we always have a choice as to how we think, speak, and act, right? So I thought that I would share another quote that also seemed to match this thinking. And this is by the Dalai Lama. And this quotation said, just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. And again, whether we think philosophy, psychology, medical world, we all know this positive thinking can actually shape our moment and then our day and then our week and our life. And this is such a beautiful thing. If we are consciously aware of this regularly, we can always direct how we are thinking, how we are speaking, and how we are acting in this world. And this is what I would love for you to sit for 5 minutes to think about after this video, about what is, let's say, the peaceful thought that you are aware of within yourself, maybe on waking, or maybe because you're moving your mind in that direction, which I would love for you to do. Or maybe you can just sit and reflect on how often is your mind at peace. And if it's not, are there particular areas that you find your mind focuses on? And this is going to be the beginning of a series of videos I'm going to do about this idea and about how most people out there might say, well, I'm not really like this or like that. I'm like this. And many people that I speak with talk about themselves being worriers. They're worriers. They're concerned, or they're caregivers, or they're all that sort of idea and attach with either this idea of worry or concern or really responsible. So I can't just be at peace, right? So that sort of idea. So recognizing that will be my series of videos that I'll be doing for the next little while to begin this year, to hopefully put us all into that great frame of mind that helps us move forward positively. But for today, again, 5 minutes for you to think about what kind of thoughts are going through your mind, and are there thoughts of peace? And if there are peaceful thoughts, of things that just bring you this contentment, this inner peace, just this comfort, right? If you are able to think that, that's fantastic, because at least for that moment, you will be in that spot. And then if you can extend that spot, like what can bring you peace? Sometimes it's finishing a task that you need to do that brings you peace, that, oh, I got that done, right? And sometimes it's being able to express something that you haven't been expressing. And that brings you peace because it's been on your mind, but I want to say it. And sometimes it's just the fact that you have not created non-peace for someone else. And that's a beautiful space too. So because the Peace Pilgrim is on my mind this morning, I thought I'd finish this video with one more quote from her. And she says, "When you have found inner peace, you have no more feeling of need to become. You are content to be. You keep growing, but harmoniously." And this is such a beautiful thought, I believe, that not only are we growing individually, right, but we can grow harmoniously with things in our environment. It could be in our own home. Maybe it's how you take care of a plant in your home. Maybe it's just the thoughts that you have while you're in your own home. So whether we live individually uh, alone, or whether we are living in a large family, or whether we are working as part of a large company, it doesn't matter. We can think harmoniously of how can this all work nicer together. And it's not that you have to solve the world's problems on, it's not on your shoulders to solve that, but even to think that we can is a wonderful place to start. So I wish you a fantastic day. I hope you have harmony within your own system. I hope that you are thinking peaceful thoughts and happy thoughts, and I wish you a fabulous day ahead. And remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.